Continuing our reading in the World and Thorinn by Damon Knight, Chapter 7, Section 7. Thornton found one of his thongs almost at once, lying as if dropped carelessly on the floor. There was no trace of the cloth, though he turned over every mat except the one the old woman was lying on. As he turned away in frustration, the hanging box caught his eye, and in the dim light reflected from its side, he saw a series of long scratch marks. Had the demons hung the box there then, to torment it in his stead? So much the worse for it. Still, if he took the box, he would be thwarting the demons of their pleasure. He approached and put his hand on the cord the box hung by, and only then realized that it was his other leg thong. He rose to the pole and untied the thong, then retied it as a carrying loop, and with the box on his back, climbed to the top of the chamber again. The sleeping demons did not stir as he passed. Clinging to the crossbar under the roof, he thought of them sleeping peacefully. Bright light was what they hated. If he were to pull off the top of their house, but then the sound would waken them. He touched the wall with his hand. Some of the woven fronds in the dome were new, but others were old and dry as tinder. Thornton gathered up his bundles thoughtfully, dreaming of brightness. He leaped for the slit he had made and pulled himself through into the daylight. Kneeling on the brown dome, he took the fire stick from his wallet and crumbled it into a few shreds of fiber pulled from the dome. One stroke set them aglow. He blew on them cautiously until a tiny pale flame leaped up, then tipped them out into a little pile of shredded fibers. After a few moments, the flame caught, began to spread. Thornton fed it with bits of brown leaf pinched off between his fingers, then with larger ones, then with whole strips carved out with his sword. A breath of foul air came up from the demon's den, making the fire burn more briskly. It popped, sending out sparks. Pungent whitish smoke billowed up. Bits of flaming tinder were dropping through the hole. Thornton heard a shout of alarm below. Then the tree began to shake. He cut a last strip, held the tip of it to the flames until it caught, then dropped it carefully into the blackness. He leaped to the topmost branches, and from there swung out under the sky. Behind him, gray-white smoke was spreading like a greasy cloud, and through it he could see the red glow of the fire like a demon's eye. He reached the hanging cord without difficulty, climbed up smiling, opened the shield, and let it close behind him. And that's the end of chapter 7.